Hi guys, this is Jason with Tuna Tech, and today I got something a little different. Something that goes fast, and if you get it at the right time, it's pretty dirt cheap. Alright, so this is the Arwibon GT08 electric scooter, and you can see it comes with a backpack. And this has been opened already and put together, but basically the only thing you really have to worry about is the handles right here. You screw them in, and that's about it. And there's some adjustment, but this is my first foray into a high-speed scooter. My kids have some Go Tracks, and I actually have a high boy scooter that goes about anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour. This max speed is up to 50 miles per hour. So what is this? This is a GT08, has dual 2800 watt motors, which can handle 45% slopes. It has a 27 amp battery for 40 miles of range. It's got tons and tons of power, you guys. And just a brief thing, it's got 11-inch tires. And I don't know if you can see with my thing in here, but there's suspension right there, and then in the front, there's suspension right here. 11-inch tires, but each with an engine. Obviously, it does have some weird, like mountain-esque vibes, but underneath or behind this at night, it does light up. It does have a folding mechanism, and it's got like a rubberized foot pad there, and then this comes with it. This is like a kick pad. You rest your back foot on this, but this like sandpaper like grip is something that comes in the box, and I added that. It does have blinkers. Little difficult to get in there and actually tighten those up, so I will get on that a little later. But it does have disc brakes as well. And then this is your charging port. Overall, it's an okay design. They also have a blue color. Some of the early reviews showed that this right here would vibrate at high speeds, and you can see it's some like speckled over painting, but they did add this little foam. I had bought some foam to put in there so it wouldn't vibrate, but they already added it. You got your front headlights that are up and down, adjustable, and then this is where it gets a little more interesting. So these are the handlebars. This is the main control system here. So you got these weird, strange grips that kind of reach out. This is not throttle, but there's two screens. You got a screen here. You got your power and modes, like your speed mode. There's 1 through 3. I want to say stage 1 is like up to 10 miles an hour. Stage 2 is like 20 to 25, and then stage 3 goes to its max. You got keys. You got eco, turbo, and then dual or single motor mode. You got your main screen. And then here you got your high beams or your headlights. You got your blinkers, and then you got your horn. And then this button right here turns on all the other lights that around the deck. And then behind, you can see this light here. That's not my, there's a light right there, and the light on the other side of there too. So it's a pretty interesting design. So a couple things. We're gonna turn it on here real quick. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it out here in the bright light. So yeah, it's going to flicker like this just because of the frame rate. But on here, you can see it says mile. So you have to go into the settings. You hold these two buttons down. There's P settings. If I remember, I'll leave a link. You can go and you can change this to miles per hour. It comes with kilometers per hour. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it says mile per hour here. But no matter what you do, it only shows kilometers. So this is never going to be accurate. This will show miles per hour, but I don't know if it'll be accurate. More than likely, this is going to be somewhat accurate, but the best thing to do is get a GPS app on your phone, mount it somewhere on here with a mount, and then, see how fast it really is. But this is it, guys. This is the Arwibon. So in the box, obviously you get the little Velcroed on backpack. You get the unit itself, everything here included. And then also, you get the charger, which not very heavy, pretty light. You also get some stickers. Now, with something this fast, I know it sounds ridiculous, and you may look ridiculous, but you want to practice safe riding. Okay, so one of the big things is motorcycle helmet that's DOT certified here in the US. I mean, this is something you're going to need. This is a Hax, H-A-X from Amazon, about $150. Fits really well. And then these are some motorcycle gloves. And as you can see, you know, they got the padding on here and the padding on the palm. That way, if you do take a spill, you're protected. You should also wear full motorcycle gear, pants and hat, or pants and shirt, jacket. I don't have the jacket or pants, but I haven't been going as fast because this is a very, very fast device. I'm sure there's faster ones out there. So here's another big issue. So I had the thing up to about 41 miles an hour, and there's a thing called death wobble. This thing kind of wobbles. There's a couple things you can do. So down here, there's this bolt right here. This is for the folding mechanism, and it's a little bit loose. That's way that when you pull this, you can fold it. If you don't want to fold this, you want to leave it like this, like I don't fold it, you can tighten this hex right here, and it does help with the wobble a little bit. Okay, it's not as bad. The other thing is on Arwibon's website and on AliExpress, whichever way you get it from, there is what's known as a steering damper, and it like screws in like right here or right here, and it kind of helps the wobble too. It's about $70 to $80 shipped. I have not done that yet. I'm going to try to ride this a little more, see if it's something that I'm going to need. But either way, those are some of the caveats that I've noticed. There's also no regen braking, so when you let off the brake, when you let off the throttle, it automatically just keeps going. So with that being said, this is the throttle right here, and this is the brake, and this is the other brake. Okay, there is a setting in the P setting. Again, I don't remember which one it is, like P4, P5. You can set it from setting 1 or 2, 2 being max. I have it on 2, and it does slow down a little bit, but doesn't seem to do that well. But either way, you want to enable that so you don't wear out the pads on these brakes as quickly. That's pretty much about it with this. Steering damper is something you want if you're scared of the wobble, or you can tighten that bolt. Miles per hour does not show correct on this. It says mph, but it's actually kilometers. This one can be changed to show it, but how accurate it is, I don't know. I don't have a cell phone mount, and I'm not putting a $1,000 phone up here just to check. Maybe sometime down the road. I have been riding it, and I'm going to get you guys on a ride and just show you what it's like. So far, not a bad scooter. I don't have much experience with these faster ones, but it's definitely, if you're a beginner, keep it in stage 1. But even with dual motors turned on, it peels both tires out every time. They are air-filled. They're tubeless tires. 50 PSI is what I think it says on the tire. I filled those up to the best I could at that level. So price. On Arwibon's website, it's $1,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but in terms of scooters of this speed and magnitude, these can run up to $2,500 plus, depending on brand and all that stuff. Now, there are some differences. There's some, quality control issues, maybe like paint overspray, or maybe things don't fit quite right. I've been pretty lucky. This has been pretty good. And a lot of these issues from previous generation GT08s have been rectified in the later ones, which this shows some of those. But here's the kicker. So on eBay right now, they have this thing for like $400, but it's $400 shipping, so it doesn't really make much sense. The day of filming this, I think the deal's over. AliExpress had it for $750 or something, or I don't know, like $700. And then there was a coupon code to get $120 off with free shipping. So you can get this at time of before. I mean, I don't know if it's still good. You can check on AliExpress.com. And it was $500, $550 something out the door. For that price, it's killer. Just for example, I've got a Highboy S2. I paid, I don't know, $300 for it. And it goes 19 miles an hour, and it's like 300 watts single motor. For a couple $100 more, you're getting a lot more. And this thing can go off-road. It can go straight line. I mean, it's fast. So with that being said, this is a quick overview of the Arwibon GT08. Just if you guys are interested, like I said, AliExpress. I'll leave a link to the AliExpress, just in the comments there and in the description. But let me know what you guys think. I'm going to do here after this little intro, I'm going to do a on-road video. So this is Jason. Let's check out the speed. Alright guys, so let me give you a little summary here. So I rode the scooter and I went 41 miles per hour max. The only reason why I didn't go faster is because this thing has what's known as a death wobble. I talked about it previously in the video by tightening one bolt. That doesn't really work. At least in my experience, it was pretty bad, and it gets kind of scary and dicey, especially since I don't have the full motorcycle gear on. But I will tell you this, there is a known fix for this, and it was people going to AliExpress and getting a steering damper. And there's one, I think it's called a GT08 or something on AliExpress. It's about $75 to $80, depending on when you get it, depending on where you live. But Arwibon's website actually sells a damper made for this one, and it's about 70 bucks shipped in the US. And I do have that on order, and I don't have it installed yet, but I will install that. And if you want an update on how much better it could be, I know it's got more room to go, and it can go up to 45, 50 miles an hour, but it just with the death wobble, 41 was as fastest I wanted to go, even with the helmet on. So I just want to point that part out. But if you're interested, like I said, this device is about $1,000 new. With coupon codes and stuff, when it's in stock, it's about $500 to $550. But this is Jason with Tuna Tech. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description below. Thanks for watching.